So social media is a huge Venn diagram. We're constantly in the process of comparing our lives to others, whether that be Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, even YouTube. We're constantly comparing our lives and our content to the lives of others, and we're viewing their highlights, comparing them to our everyday life. It's continually causing us to question ourselves and think about, where did I fail in life? Where did I go wrong? Every time I log on Instagram, I'm seeing people like Campbell, CJ So Cool, CJ on 32s, guys who are a few years older than me, and I'm seeing what they're at in their lives, and I'm seeing them buying Lamborghinis, Mercedes, all these expensive fast cars, all this jewelry, and I'm like, you know what? I've come to the conclusion that it is in my best interest and best for my mental health to go ahead and delete all of my social media. I'm actually going to deactivate all of my social media. This is going to be my last YouTube video, my farewell to the internet in general. I'm at a point in my life where I can't really take it anymore. Yeah, I just don't know what else to do. What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Campbell, and we're back with another video. If that was your first time on my channel, actually do me a favor. Please hit that subscribe button, as well as turn on that notification bell where you're notified anytime that I drop some content. And while you're at it, please leave a like down below. It helps the algorithm, helps my channel continue to grow, and it pushes my content out in front of more and more people. And if this isn't your first time on my channel, I just want to say welcome back to the trenches. It's your boy Demetrius reported live, and I got some great content for y'all today. So if you're new to my channel, let me let you know this real quick. I go by the name of Demetrius Campbell, aka Meech. On this channel, we tackle not only finance, we tackle real world issues, as well as trying to give inspiration and hope to those in the trenches to chase their dreams and to make it out of their situations. So if you couldn't tell by the first minute or so of my video, I was clearly trolling. I'm not deleting myself off the internet, I'm not deleting my social medias. But this is a video to kind of address the new policies. New policies not only on YouTube, across social media in general. YouTube has now disabled the viewership of dislikes from other people's videos. Meaning, if you're not the actual original content creator of a certain video, you can no longer see how many dislikes the video has. Now granted, I think this is an experiment and I kind of understand the basis of it. YouTube users will no longer be able to see how many dislikes the video's got. The platform said it has made this huge change to protect viewers from the dislike bombing and reduce stress and embarrassment for content creators. Dislike bombing is when there is a coordinated move for people to dislike a video to put off potential viewers. Some content creators have told Radio 1 Newsbeat that this is not very helpful. Others say it might be helpful to their mental health. This change hasn't been rolled out fully yet. YouTube says that this will discourage trolls. It will discourage a lot of trolling and a lot of mean-spirited people on the internet that want to try to down other people's creative work. It's mainly for small-scale content creators such as myself so that we aren't affected heavily by maybe a lack of interaction or the amount of dislikes on some of these videos, I guess. As a content creator, I understand putting your heart and soul into something and not seeing the results that you maybe would like to see, or maybe even seeing some results that you want to see or that you may be expected to see. As somebody who puts a lot of effort into editing my videos, recording my videos, making my own thumbnail, coming up with these ideas myself, like, there's a lot of work that goes into this, and people don't see all of that. And so when people go and dislike your videos or show you some negative hate or anything like that, it's not the greatest feeling in the world. I also do not allow it to affect my mental health either. YouTube claims that dislikes will stop clickbait. Many users have said they'll miss the dislike totals because there are loads of comments saying RIP dislikes is one of YouTube's most disliked videos ever. A video by YouTube star PewDiePie that got over 5.6 million dislikes after he called out fans to dislike it. A lot of others said that they'll miss the totals as they can be really helpful to users to avoid clickbait. You want to immediately know how good a video is before you watch it. A lot of the time, you can't trust the title or the thumbnail. If you see a tutorial video, you always want to see how many dislikes it has. That way you can see how helpful it'll be to you, or is it just a troll video. The hiding of dislikes is to discourage trolls, but also to help people's mental health. I also think this ties hand in hand with Instagram and Facebook hiding likes and reactions. I think social media has gotten to so many people's head and it's causing people to be depressed because you're constantly comparing your life to others. You're constantly looking at the highlights of somebody else's life and you compare them to your everyday life. So every time you get on the internet, when you see people spending hundreds of thousands of dollars or making millions of dollars, and you're comparing it to your everyday life, and you think about it like, well dang, I don't have hundreds of thousands of dollars in a bank account, or I'm not making millions every day. My life must suck, right? I'm not in a position to go on vacations or do certain things every day, so therefore my life clearly just isn't as good as somebody else's, right? No, that's not the answer whatsoever. We have to understand that we're constantly in an era of comparing ourselves, but that's why you have to get into a certain mindset, a certain way of living where you're not constantly comparing yourself to others or the way that anybody's necessarily living their lives. As a user, you will still be able to dislike a video, but it will not be visible to the public. Only the person who actually published the video can see how many dislikes a certain video or clip has. In short, our experiment data has showed a reduction of dislike attacking behavior, the company said. We also heard directly from small creators and those just getting started that they are unfairly targeted by this behavior, and our experiment confirmed that this does occur at a higher proportion in smaller channels. This new policy is gradually being phased out, which will be of comfort to Justin Bieber, whose video Baby, which previously held the record for the most hated YouTube clip, which had about 12 million dislikes. YouTube, I think, had a great idea, and I think the hearts were in the right place when actually implementing this policy. They're actually just trying to protect people's mental health. But I think if you can't handle trolls on the internet and people having their own opinions about your content or the stuff you post, or even not being able to deal with people's opinions, I don't think the internet or social media is for you. I think there's a lot of negative people out there, and it is weird. You got people who just be sucking, like people who just love to hate on other people, not bothering them, not thinking about them, or not doing anything to them. And I've never understood that concept. But at the end of the day, you know, that's the world we live in, right? People have opinions, people hate, people are negative. What can we do about it? We can't continue to shelter ourselves or our children from the real world, and I do understand the thought process and the ideology behind it. For those who may struggle with social media being something that's heavily influential in their lives or even their mental health, I think the first and foremost thing that you should do is you should realize that social media is not reality. It's important to understand that social media shows an airbrushed, distorted view of people's lives. The carefully curated images you see on social media can lead you to wonder how all of your friends and people around you are so successful and how everyone has a poolside view in Bali except you. But that's just simply not reality. Everyone experiences hardships and challenges in life, but those things don't usually make it on the social media. It's so easy to think that everyone has it together except you, but that's just the impression that it is giving you through these filtered, hand-picked snippets. Not everybody's like me. Now, I don't have an issue sharing with the internet my downfalls and how I've been homeless and how I failed numerous times in my life, how I've been cut from teams, how I've been kicked out of school, how I've been arrested, how I've been through so much. But not everybody's like that. Everybody wants to show the highlights of their lives and not the lowlights. So I think first and foremost, you have to be able to discern what's real and what's not. Secondly, I think another thing that could be helpful to you is just making social media sociable. The way you use social media can have a huge impact on how it makes you feel. One study shows that mindlessly scrolling through social media induced depression and anxiety in adolescents, whereas contributing, sharing, and interacting had the opposite effect. Try getting involved by sharing pictures or commenting on things that interest you. Social media has been created for you to be social on, not to just sit back and watch. Another thing that might be helpful to you is confronting the comparisons. If you're feeling ready to do some introspective work, ask yourself, why seeing a particular person on social media makes you feel so bad? Maybe they stir up thoughts that you're not doing what you want to do in life, or that you're not feeling secure. This reflection allows you to work on yourself and make positive changes in your life. This kind of work can be challenging, so don't hesitate to reach out to a therapist for support if that's an option. And last but not least, reduce the amount of time you're spending on social media. If you feel like you've developed an unhealthy relationship with social media, it's important to understand that it's not your fault. Social media apps like Instagram and Facebook were literally built to be an addictive and drive comparison. In fact, Justin Rosenstein, the engineer who created the like button on Facebook, which now described as a bright ding of pseudo pleasure, feels the need to limit his social media usage. Sometimes the best way to shield yourself from potentially damaging mental health effects on your social media is to use it less or stop using it altogether. Why it is forcing you to be on social media, and your real friends will connect with you in other ways, via phone calls or texting or even in person. I promise you'll be okay if you use social media less or cut it out completely. In fact, your well-being will likely be much better for you. So if you do struggle with social media and how it makes you feel and the effects it may have on your mental health, this is not a video to down you or bash you whatsoever. I understand, because social media can be draining. And no matter who you are, the internet will eventually get to you. The internet gets the best of us. The Kardashians are some of the most famous, most popular people on the planet, and they've been on social media and the internet for a very long time. But even after a while, it starts to get to them. Understand that social media is not real, and don't allow people to attack you or tear you down. And try not to use it to compare your life to others. If anything, when I look at people like Campbell, CJ So Cool, CJ on 32s, all these people living certain lives, Omi and a Hellcat, it makes me inspired, it makes me motivated, because it makes me realize what's possible. Because I see these people who have been very down bad before, and I see where they're at now, and it inspires me to want to do better and to want to get it. It doesn't make me want to hate or feel negative about myself or feel like I'm not winning in life. I understand that there's levels to everything, and eventually it's going to be my turn. Until then, I just got to keep working. So if you learned anything from this video today, do me a favor, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button as well as turn on that notification bell that way you're notified anytime that I drop some content. And while you're at it below, please leave a like. It helps the algorithm, helps my channel continue to grow, and it helps my content reach more and more people. Let me know down in the comment section if you agree with some of the takes I had on this video, if you agree with some of the studies conducted, and how you feel about social media. How do you feel about Instagram hiding likes? And how do you feel about YouTube hiding dislikes? Do these things affect your everyday life? Do you care at all? Does social media make you depressed? Let's have a conversation and let's talk about it. Again, as I always say in each and every video, I appreciate y'all. I love those who love me. I thank y'all for continuing supporting me, continue to show my content love, and continue to help me grow. That being said, I just want to say I love y'all. I thank y'all. I appreciate y'all. And I'm going to catch y'all back at the next video.